are gonna get better now. But you're still a drunken slob.
Oh yeah, it just got a lot better. Because it's time for your favorite show, Headbangers and Hooligans. As always, yours truly, Scummalicious. I'm ready to take care of that hangover. You hit it hard this weekend, didn't you? You pounding them beers, and on Saturday night you're like, you know, this Natural Light, it isn't bad. I'm glad that we saved money, you know, and bought the cheap beer. And then you wake up Sunday and realize, holy shit, why did I do that? I'm not going to get out of the bathroom today. This cheap shit is just going right through me. You know, and then the next thing you know, let's go ahead and drink the rest of the beer that's in the fridge, you and your roommate. And next thing you know, you're laying down, it's midnight, and then this morning, that alarm clock goes off, right? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Ugh. The fucking pain. It's brutal, okay? So hopefully I can cheer you up a little bit, you know? Just kind of make that pain go away that just like beating you in the side of your head. That Natural Light, that old Milwaukee's Best. Just torturing your insides right now. So what are we going to talk about? Propagandhi. New song, new video. They have a new album coming out in September. They've been around since 1986. Yes, 3 decades. I like some of their music. I don't own any of their albums. I like some of their music. A little too political, you know, how I feel about the whole political thing. But definitely, when it comes to musicians, I mean, very talented. This is Propagandhi is not your, you know, Queers type punk band. They're playing all kinds of crazy shit on their guitars, and then Queens of the Stone Age, new album. So I'm gonna dive into that a little bit. Queens of the Stone Age, very unique band, right? They don't really fit into any certain genre or subgenre, and you know how that goes. Oh, they're like stoner rock meets hard rock meets psychedelic blues rock, you know, with just a little taste of death metal. No, they don't have any death metal in their band, but I'm just saying, you know how they do that. Come up with 55,000 different words to try to describe a band's music. It's just so stupid. And we also have a brand new album from one of my favorite bands, brand new, with science fiction. The reason, I know, it was a joke. The reason, however, that I'm kind of reviewing it, I watched a couple of videos over the weekend of some YouTubers that reviewed it, and I heard the word masterpiece and best album of the decade. Really? Yeah, little difference of opinion on that one. So we're going to kick it off with Propagandhi. The song Failed Imagineer. Okay. I'm going to tell you who's in the band right now. Chris Hanna, voice, guitar, and I hope I don't destroy these names like I always do. Jord Samaleski on drums, Todd Kowalski on bass, David Gillis on guitar, and he records with them, but a woman, Sulin Hago, or Hago, once again, I hope I'm not destroying her name, she goes on tour with him to play second guitar instead of David. Like I said, 1986, out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yep, Canadian. 31 years. And I knew they had been around for a while, but I didn't know they had been around that long. So the video begins, and Chris Hanna is talking like he's in a 80s glam metal band. And he says, "Alright, people, gonna have a rock and roll party tonight, yeah." And I don't know if he's like just having fun with that or if he's making fun of him. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of funny. And then it kicks in with that Propagandhi riff that's usually pretty heavy, fast. No different here. "Sit down with me and let's have a drink. Back when the war ended, your great-grandfather handwrote letters of apology to all of those families who crewed the U-boat." Now, reading those lyrics and reading them when I was watching the video, I had no fucking idea what he was talking about. I really didn't. And a lot of their music is political. And they are into a lot of different stuff. I mean, just go to their Wikipedia page. They list about 12 different organizations that they support, and, And I try, I hate diving into this again. I really try not to hate on these bands that really preach politics, But I just hate it that every album you listen to, it's about the government. And, Green Day is such a better band when they're singing about meth and masturbation. Yes, I would rather hear that than hear them talk about how much they hate George Bush. Alright? But, like with Propagandhi, like this, it's not political, at least I don't think so. And their music is always catchy and heavy, and they're definitely, I hate saying this because I'm sounding like the people I was just making fun of about 5 minutes ago. There's hints of metal in their guitar work, and I can appreciate that. And listen, man, talented as hell. Alright, they're a tight technical band. They sound good, so they get my respect for that immediately. Alright, so after the U-boat lyric, they transition into a speedier riff, speed, melody, and it's pretty catchy. All remorse, no rebel. I just said rebel. Maybe Scummalicious had a few too many this weekend too, huh? For fuck's sake. And then later he sings again, Chris Hanna, "Sit down with me and let's have a drink. What have we here? The dreaded failed Imagineer." And it's kind of a catchy song. And another thing I want to say, he's a good singer. He's definitely not the Simple Plan or Good Charlotte, the annoying fucking vocals. He's the exact opposite of that. He sounds good singer. And they finish up the song with this line, "Son, do not be alarmed by your old man's tears." And I give it a 3.5 out of 5. And by my rating system, that would make them in Agnostic Front and the Vandals territory, which is pretty good territory to be in. What does that mean? It's good, but it's not really good, and it's not great, but it's definitely worth listening to. Definitely a band, when you hear them play, you're like, okay, these guys know what the fuck they're doing when they're playing their instruments. Which is a pretty good compliment if you ask me. Alright, so we're going to get to brand new. Because it's brand new. I really had no idea that they were still going. Of course, brand new. They were big in the, the 2000s when all that emo shit was going ape shit. And they're the ones that had this song about, in the videos where he's in the back of an ambulance with his girlfriend. They were in a car wreck, and here, let's get the band out of the way. Out of Long Island, New York, Vincent Accardi on guitar, and he sings. Jesse Lacey on guitar, and he sings. Jesse Lacey is the main singer, though. Brian Lane drums, and Garrett Tierney on bass. And the whole masterpiece thing and album of the decade, no. Wrong. Not even close. The one thing that really, really annoys me with this band, Jesse Lacey is a big Morrissey fan. Remember him? Remember that guy? Talked about him last week. One of the most overrated musicians of all time. Oh my god! Like, and the way he sings on this entire album, the whispering. You know, it's like, and I was there, looking at you in the darkness. And I'm kind of exaggerating, I know that, but fuck. It just wears on me after a while. Lit Me Up, lead track. Okay. It starts out with a recording in a cassette deck, and this lady says, "This tape recounts a dream which occurred close to the termination of approximately 400 hours of intensive individual therapy." And then the patient rambles on, and they're trying to create this, trying to set the tone for the song. It's going to be dark and, depressing. And, I mean, it does sound kind of creepy, It's like echoed voices and clean guitars. The drums come in towards the end, like at the 5-minute mark. It's like a 6-minute long song. And this is a long album. I can't remember the total run time, but it's way too long. In my opinion, way too long. So that's the lead track there, Lit Me Up. And it wouldn't be so bad as far I don't have a problem with the band doing something different, okay? I really don't. It's okay. You want to do something different? There's nothing wrong with that. The problem with, especially with a lot of punk bands, is it's just another Queers band, or, oh God, how many more Ramones type bands do we need? And I get that, but if you're gonna, it's my favorite time, the noon whistle. Gotta love the Corn State. Anyway, so, and I know, like, with the emo thing, and I'm beating a dead horse here, everybody knows how much I hate it, but this is a reason why, like that. A 6-minute song, it takes 5 minutes for us to get the drums, and this whole album, there's like 4 or 5 songs that don't even have drums on the songs. It's a lot of like clean guitar and acoustic guitar and echo, like they're in a cave, and it's just like, can I get a song where you plug the guitar into your amp and you turn the fucking amp up? Don't be afraid, don't be some sissy bitch and sing all these depressing fucking negative songs. It just wears on me. So we get the second song, Can't Get It Out. It starts with an acoustic guitar and whistling. But you know what? The bass and drums come in, and once again, the whispering vocals. And he's like, lift your voice and scrape your knees. And I stopped listening to the song right there. I can't get into music like that. Then Waste, the third song. Another slow moving song. No It's like, where's the guitar? And these lyrics right here, he sings, "You and I are stuck like glue, and that's the goddamn truth." And I can just see, the fanboys in Brand New when they hear him sing that line. Oh my God, Jesse's such an incredible lyricist. Oh, and you can feel every emotion when he says his words. You know what? I'm not gay, but Jesse, come over here and fuck me. Please, Jesse. Jesse Lacey, please. Then we get to song number 4. Could Never Be Heaven. More acoustic guitar, no drums, just a few single notes on an electric guitar. I'm telling you, I can't handle it. So I skip clear down to song 8. In the Water is the name of the song. Now he does do a neat little thing in here, the guitarist. He does a little pitch harmonic thing. He does a couple and it kind of sounds neat, right? I mean, it's something different at this point to me that at least makes it somewhat entertaining. Then the bass drums come in, and I write the drums come in. I write that down 4 times on here because literally, I'm telling you, not kidding, more than half of this album is like, it doesn't have drums. What the fuck? What are we doing here? What are we recording? Okay. But this song, seriously, it puts me to sleep because we're like a turtle on these songs. Never had it any other way. Drowning in the praise. Never had a chance to break apart our heart for them to see. So, at this time, I'm in big time fast forward mode, okay? So I zoom to the last track. Batter Up. And how do you think they're going to close the album out? Well, pretty much like the way they started this album, it really doesn't change to the end. A couple songs, a little bit different, but for the most part, slow, acoustic guitar, and then a clean lead guitar with, a couple notes here and there, and then we get the bass and the drum, 4 or 5 songs, but Batter Up. I saw something in the night sky over Camden, turned around and drove the opposite way because I feared them. Now, when will they come? You were all a sea, you were everything. It's never going to stop. Batter Up. And, you know what? I have no fucking idea what he's singing about, and I don't care. And I'm not going to say it's this horrible album and say it's worse than something that Simple Plan and Good Charlotte have fucking recorded. I'm not calling it that kind of garbage. But I don't know how people can listen to that and get excited. It's just the vocals, those whispering, angsty fucking vocals just make you want to literally drive to a bridge and then just jump off the bridge and see where you land. And I like guitar. I'm a guitarist. I mean, can we get a little distortion? I don't know, a couple songs? I mean, I know they did use it on a couple of the earlier albums, but I don't know. It's just not me. So I gave it 1.5 out of 5. I mean, I could be super nice and give it a 2, but I won't be listening to that again. It's that simple, okay? It's not a masterpiece at all. At all. Not a masterpiece. And Queens of the Stone Age. Villains. I didn't write down the band names. I know Josh. Is it Josh Homme? The Josh Homme. I don't think that's his last name, but it just made me cackle. he's the main singer, writes most of the songs, I think, plays guitar. I just can't get into that band. It's not a terrible album, okay? It's not. To me, it's a typical album from them. It's kind of like, to me, like the way they produced it kind of sounds like it came out in the late 60s, early 70s. It's got that kind of sound to it, like a lot of their music does to me. The thing about them that I can't get into, like, where are the songs? Like, what songs do you listen to from them that get you all excited and go, wow, that's a great song? See, I don't hear any of that in any of their albums. When you hear them playing on the radio, you're like, oh, hey, that's Queens of the Stone Age. But I can't name you the song. Like, where's the hooks at? Like, oh, play that again. I don't hear any of that in any of their music. Now, they are different and unique. And they play their instruments pretty good. And I did write this here. Just because it's unique and different doesn't mean it's good, right? I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Yeah. Kind of I don't know how to explain this show. I mean, if you had a hangover, I don't know if I cured your hangover, just maybe pissed you off. Like, what do you like, motherfucker? You just reviewed 3 things and you don't like any of them. I did like Propagandhi, though. I did. I like that song. And, I guess as I've gotten older, they don't bother me as much anymore. And the whole thing with them, too, it just felt like as they got older, they changed their sound. They definitely, supporting cast and, I can't think of the other one. Definitely, you can hear the metal influences on those albums, and even this one, to a certain extent. Their guitars are definitely heavy. They kick ass. It's like, yes, they use distortion. They actually, imagine that. A rock punk band, okay? I don't know what you consider brand new now. I really don't. But a band that plays guitars and they actually use their amps and they turn the amps up. Such a simple concept, but it works. It really does. So, there you go. Tomorrow, the journey of the scummy hooligan begins. It's kind of got a 3-part little story of how I got into punk rock and, my journey through the bands that I listened to and that made me learn how to play guitar and start a band. Yeah, it's like story time with Scummalicious. Just wanted to do something a little different. But there you go. Hopefully your hangover went away a little bit. I know, such a bitch sometimes, ain't it? It's like, I didn't click the button, Scummalicious, so I could just hear you bitch for 25 minutes. Sorry, but I do feel better. So, for that, thank you. Alright, you know how I do this. Take it easy. And if it's easy, take it twice. I'm out.